Welcome back to Springfield, Missouri, everybody, as we get ready to write the final chapter in the 2012 softball season. That'll be written by the women of Class 4, our final game of the day, as we get ready for the Truman Patriots and the Ozark Lady Tigers. Welcome back to the Killian Softball Complex, everybody. I'm Corey Riggs, thrilled to be with you here on MSHSAA TV. We get ready to go in this Class 4 championship game. It's Truman and Ozark. Ozark will be the home team on the scoreboard, Truman the visitor. Walk you through how these two teams got here as postseason play began. Truman got a good win right out of the gate over Platte County. They defeated them 5-1. Then took on the team from Blue Springs and knocked them off 8-0. Then in play yesterday, they took on the Purple Cats from Eureka and defeated them 8-1 on the other side of the bracket. The Ozark Tigers knocked off powerhouse Webb City 11-2. Then dropped Hickman 6-2, and yesterday defeated Francis Howell with the same score of 6-2. We are ready to go here in our final game of the day, and coming to the plate to lead things off for the Truman Patriots is number 2, the catcher, Maya Cohen. That first pitch outside for a ball. The starting pitcher today for the Ozark Lady Tigers is number 15, the senior, Abby Clanton. Clanton now sets and delivers. That ball just out over the left edge. 2 balls, no strikes. Our crew for this final Class 4 championship game behind home plate is Leon Watson. At first base is Ron Raines. Over at third is David Weir. Clanton, a wild pitch that time, all the way to the backstop and over the head of Maya Cohen. Cohen, a 5'3" junior center fielder. She batted .369 throughout the regular season. She's got the count, 3 balls, no strikes now. The leadoff hitter for the Truman Patriots from Independence Mo. Clanton now rocks and fires. That one crosses the heart of the plate for the first called strike of the Class 4 championship game. Here comes the pitch from Clanton. That one inside, and Maya Cohen will draw a leadoff walk to get us started here in the Class 4 championship. The Truman Patriots enter this final game of the season with a record of 30-3. As I said, they're from Independence, Missouri, and they're coached by head coach Amy Temples. This is their first championship appearance, and they're riding a 4-game win streak into the contest. Amy Temples down along the third base side. The second batter of the inning is number 1, Sarah Jeffress. She drops down a bunt. It'll roll to first base, and it'll be beat out the throw that time from the first baseman, number 25 for the Ozark Lady Tigers, Brooke Kroger, the junior. So a leadoff walk and a sacrifice bunt have got a runner in scoring position now for Truman. Cohen is on second base, and out of the plate is the pitcher, Paige Parker. There, she slaps one towards second base. The throw to first is in time for the second out. Outscored 4-3, but the runner advances to third now. So the fourth hitter of the afternoon is number 3, the shortstop, Brooke Van Cannon. Van Cannon digs in now. The runner at third base, can they get her home right off of the top here to take a 1-run advantage over Ozark? The Truman hitter watches the strike from Clanton come across the plate. 2 outs and a runner at third base for Truman. Van Cannon digs back in now and stares at Clanton. Clanton, the senior pitcher, gets her sign, rocks, rolls, lets that one fly high and outside for a ball, 1-1 the count. Brooke Van Cannon, a sophomore, swings and misses there. Strike 2 the call. The 5'5" sophomore batted over 400 over the course of the season, had a home run, 25 RBIs. So she's down in the count now, 1-2 to Clanton. She delivers, and that one's fouled off to the backstop. So the runner at third is Maya Cohen, who reached on a leadoff walk. She was bunted over to second, then a ground out to the second baseman, got her to third. So 2 outs. The runner at third, the swing and the miss, and Clanton strikes her out. Clanton collects her first strikeout of the game. And Ozark gets out of the jam and goes to the bottom of the first in this scoreless game. Take another look at it here. The fastball runs in and past Truman's hitter. So Ozark now, and they've got a lot of red-clad fans in the house today here in Springfield. Ozark just down the road from here. Run you through the starting lineup for the Ozark Lady Tigers today. They come in to today's final game of the season with a record of 27-6. Their head coach, Yancey Little. It's their second championship appearance. The Ozark Lady Tigers have never won a state championship in softball. That could all change this afternoon. Leading off, playing center field, wearing number 1 for the Lady Tigers is Haley Vino. Batting second, number 2, the shortstop, Casey Dexter. Batting 3, the designated player, number 16, Bailey Elliott. Batting cleanup, number 25, Brooke Kroger. Then batting 5th, number 21, the third baseman, Brittany Nimmo. Next, number 12, the right fielder, Bailey Clark. Batting 7th, number 7, the left fielder, Samantha Dexter. The pitcher, number 15, Abby Clanton, bats 8th. Then finally, Ashley O'Brien, the second baseman, bats at the bottom of the order. Cassidy Riley, will catch today for the Ozark Lady Tigers, and they will have to face off against Paige Parker, the junior pitcher for Truman. Parker won 22 games in the regular season, had an ERA of less than a half a run, .44 through the regular season. Her first pitch outside to Haley Vino. Vino, the center fielder. Just a sick earned run average for the Truman starter. The lefty throws it. It's bunted to the third base side. The throw is in time, and Vino is out. Grounded out, and that's our first down to the bottom half of the inning. Now coming to the plate for the Ozark Lady Tigers, number 2, Casey Dexter, the shortstop. Dexter, a 5'5" junior, batted over 400 this season. She looks at a strike called. Is down in the count, 0-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning as we get underway here in our final game of 4, the Class 4 state championship final. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball from Paige Parker. She blows it by Dexter. So 1 out, nobody on here. Dexter faces off against the hard-throwing lefty, Parker. Parker delivers, and there's the K. A big-time strikeout and a big-time fastball from Paige Parker. Look here, Paige Parker threw over 160 innings this year and struck out over 320 batters. So that pitch runs the inside corner and is a called strike to Bailey Elliott. Elliott wearing number 16, the designated player for the Lady Tigers. Parker winds and fires, strike 2 called. She was swinging and not sure where the catcher was going with that one, but it'll eventually make its way back over to Parker. So Elliott digs back in here, down 0-2 in the count. Fouls that one off, does Elliott. Wearing number 16, Bailey Elliott, the sophomore, 5'5". Batted a robust .457 on the year. Wind's kind of dying down here out the Killian softball complex, still blowing in kind of from center to right field, and there is the second straight strikeout for Paige Parker, and an impressive start for the Truman pitcher. She fans Dexter and Elliott, and we're through 1 scoreless here in the Class 4 state championship game in Springfield. The Missouri State High School Activities Association wishes to thank the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Springfield Greene County Park Board for their help putting on this year's championship game here in Springfield. Remember, it'll be here until 2015 here at the beautiful Killian Softball Complex in Springfield, Missouri. We've made our way through 3 games so far today. This, the 4th and final one, the Class 4 game between Ozark and Truman. So Parker makes quick work of the Tigers, a 1-2-3 inning for her, and we're back up. The Truman Patriots will come to the plate. They'll have Victoria Zurich, Tashina Bradley, and Emily Davis batting here in the top of the second. The Ozark Lady Tigers get together in the pitcher's circle. They break. Outfield and infield straight away as they get ready for Victoria Zurich, the third baseman. Zurich, a 5'5" junior for the Truman Patriots. First pitch, a strike. Truman enjoying their first ever state championship appearance here in the softball finals. Clanton now, ready. She rocks and fires. The pitch comes on the inside. It'll be a ball. Low and inside that time. That makes the count 1-1. Now to Zurich. Clanton steps back on the rubber now. Gets her signal. Releases the pitch. That one, a comebacker to the mound, and Clanton gloves it easily. Throws it to first for the out. A quick out from Clanton over to number 25. That was Brooke Kroger, the junior, at first base. So the first hitter of the inning, quickly dispatched. There's one away here in the top of the second. Now coming to the plate, the designated player, number 11, Tashina Bradley. Bradley looks at a strike on the inside. Nice pitch by Clanton. Abby Clanton, a 5'8" senior. Pitched over 100 innings this year, had an earned run average near 1.3, and that one's going to be fouled off, back and out of play. Over to one of the warm-up areas down the far right side of the stadium here. So quickly the count 0-2 now to Bradley. One out, Clanton. The pitch is on the way. That one high and outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the second. Bradley, the DP, waits on the offering from Clanton. That one scoots inside and low for another ball. So the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First and third, both playing inside a little bit. As Bradley now looks at another ball, so the count is now full. And it's a 3-2 count. 1 out here in the top of the second. And Clanton going to have to pay it off here to Tashina Bradley. Here's the pitch. Fastball straight down the middle. That one popped up. No one will be able to make a play on it, and we'll do it all over again. Brooke Kruger, the first baseman for Ozark, tried to come over and make a play on it, was unable to. Standing in the on-deck circle for Truman, number 6, the second baseman, Emily Davis. Here's the payoff pitch again, and another one fouled back and into the net by Bradley. Bradley getting her money's worth in this at bat, putting Clanton to work here. The senior comes back and gets set inside the pitcher's circle. Clanton now spins and fires another one, fouled off back into the net. That one comes right back to Clanton. The catcher doesn't even have to make a play on it. Hit right off of one of the posts here at the Killian softball complex. So Tashina Bradley has seen just about every pitch that you can from Clanton. This one popped up and out of play and almost barehanded by some of the fans along the first base concourse. Think that one may be a souvenir. Oh, they're going to give it back. Everybody's been so nice today here in Springfield, making sure we get those balls back to the officials. The count has been full for a while. The pitch knocked to the second baseman. She gloves it down. The throw to first is there. Nice work by the Ozark Lady Tiger infield that time to get the second out of the inning. So Abby Clanton now will go to work against number 6, the second baseman, Emily Davis. Davis, a 5'6" senior, stands in the right hand of the batter's box. That one a wild pitch over the head, over everything at home plate. Clinton's uncorked a couple of those so far. Cassidy Riley, the junior catcher, unable to get a glove on it. Davis steps back in now, as we told you, the senior second baseman with a batting average of .413, 17 RBIs on the year. Here comes the pitch, a swing and a miss, so the count even now at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the first inning in Springfield. Clanton with the right hand fires. This one's popped up. Back to the shortstop. Center fielder comes in and makes the play. A nice play by the center fielder that time for Ozark as Ashley O'Brien, the senior, comes in, makes the play, and we are through an inning and a half now. That was 3 up, 3 down that time for Abby Clanton. There's only been 1 base runner so far for Truman. So we go to the bottom half of the second inning. And it was 3 up, 3 down last time for Paige Parker. She'll face Kroger, Nimmo, and Click here. Batting at 4, 5, and 6 for Ozark. This Truman team has made 4 playoff appearances. The first one back in 1980. Then again in 2000. Then 2010, 2011 is when the program has really come on. They've got a second place finish and a third place finish. But today they could notch their first ever state championship. That is if they can get by the Ozark Lady Tigers. The first pitch, a strike called against Brooke Kroger, the first baseman. Kroger swings and misses, so the count 0-1 in the Lady Tigers half of the second inning. Strike 2. Another fastball by Kroger. And Paige Parker has been impressive so far here in the early going. Parker, the southpaw, looks for her sign, waits for Kroger to step back in. Kroger kicks the dirt around, rises up with her bat, and she's ready. That one fouled off and into the net. Count stays at 0-2. Brooke Kroger, a 5'9" junior. Batted near 400 over the course of the season with 3 home runs, so she's got power, and we've seen a few sneak out of the Killian softball complex today. Maybe we're not done with that yet. This one popped up to right field. Back forward, and Truman has it. Truman's right fielder is Kayla Harrell. Harrell able to drift under it in the wind and make the play. So a pop out to the right fielder, and we've got the first out of the bottom half of the second inning. Stepping up to the plate now, number 21, the third baseman, Brittany Nimmo. Nimmo watches Parker. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for a called strike. Nimmo, sophomore, 5'9". An impressive .458 batting average as she swings away again and misses, and Parker has not really pitched from behind so far. She's ahead in the count, 0-2. She set him down 1-2-3 in the first with the ground out and 2 strikeouts. Here's the payoff pitch, and she smokes it right by Nimmo. The second K of the day for Paige Parker. She's got 3 strikeouts, all swinging. 2 outs now for Ozark, and coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 12, Bailey Click. Click swings and misses on a first pitch strike. Fastball on the inside that time, and Click was well behind it. Click, a 5'8" senior. There's one swatted foul. She got a hold of all of that one just a little early on at that time, was Click. Bailey Click batted .369 this season, had 5 home runs. That tied her with Nimmo for the lead for home runs. Both hitters had 5 in the regular season. Here's the pitch inside that time for a ball from Paige Parker. Left-hander seems in control here in the early going in this Class 4 championship game. The count 1-2, 2 outs. There's one right over the plate for a called strike. That's 4 strikeouts now on the day. 2 strikeouts in the first inning, 2 strikeouts in the second inning for Paige Parker, and she is dealing We're scoreless through 2 here in Springfield in the Class 4 championship game between Truman and Ozark. Softball fans, don't forget that Farmers Insurance is proud to be a sponsor of the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Call 1-800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com to find a local agent. We are insurance. We are farmers. So coming up to bat for the Truman Patriots from Independence, Missouri, here in the top half of the third inning should be Kayla Harrell, followed by Kelsey Broyles. Back around to the top of the order, Maya Cone. Abby Clanton with 1 strikeout so far for the Ozark Lady Tigers. So far, it's been the defense behind her that's been getting the job done in this scoreless championship game. So stepping to the plate now, the right fielder wearing number 15 for the Truman Patriots, Kayla Harrell. Harrell looks at that pitch high and outside for ball 1. Kayla, 5'10" junior, hit .327 this season with 12 RBIs, no home runs. She holds the bat high over her head here and waits on Clanton. That pitch low and inside. Count now 2-0 as we get started here in the third inning. Sun starting to set down behind the first base line, and we're starting to see our first shadows of the day after this clear and perfect day here in Springfield for these 4 state championship games. Count now 2-1. Clanton pitching to the right fielder for Truman, Kayla Harrell. Can she even it up here? Clanton spins, fires. That one just a bit low. The count now 3-1. As that one missed just underneath the strike zone of Leon Watson. Clanton delivers. That one's high, and it'll be our second walk of the day for Ozark. The game started with a leadoff walk to Maya Cone. Now Clanton walks Kayla Harrell. Now coming to the plate for Truman, it's number 10, Kelsey Broyles. She's their first baseman. So there's the bunt, and it rolls foul. So 1 on, nobody out. A strike on the foul ball for Kelsey Broyles. Broyles, a 5'7" senior, batted .222 on the year. Broyles down 0-1, now trying to advance the runner. Here she is, the bunt knocked down this time. The runner advances second, the out's at first. So Broyles bunts the runner over effectively that time. So Kayla Harrell now stands on second base. Coming back to the plate for her second appearance now, here is Maya Cone. Cone the catcher. Cone reached on a walk to start the game. That a called strike. Maya looks in at Clanton now. She's ready to pitch. She deals. There it is, a swing and a miss. Now the count is 0-2. And Clanton getting ahead early here with 1 out and a runner on, trying to finish off Maya Cone. Clanton gets the signal she wants. That one gets fouled off toward third base. Another foul back and into the net for Maya Cone. Most of the teams that we've seen today have had one pitcher and one pitcher only that they can go with. The Ozark Lady Tigers have the luxury that if they needed to make a switch, they could go to the sophomore Brittany Nemo. Clanton with a few more starts and wins this season than her counterpart. And there, a comebacker to the circle. The throw to first is not going to make it. Runners now on first and second, and we've got our first hit of the day for Maya Cone. First one we've seen so far here in this Class 4 championship. The ball fielded by the shortstop, thrown to first, but not in time. So now Sarah Jeffers had a sack bunt in the first. Runners on first and second now as she faces Clanton. Time is called. The junior hit .355 this season with 1 home run and 20 RBIs. She fouls one off there, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here, the top of the third. And Truman with a real opportunity here with runners at first and second and only 1 out. Clanton pitches. That one fouled off high and back into the netting again, so now the count moves to 0-2. Abby Clanton has 1 strikeout so far. She struck out Brooke Van Cannon in the first. Can she find her second here? She does. A strikeout on the inside against Jeffress. That'll bring Paige Parker to the plate. Parker, the impressive left-handed pitcher. Bats left, throws left, and she'll face off against Clanton here with runners at first and second. There's a hard swing, and she fouled it off her leg. Yikes. You know that couldn't have possibly felt good when it made it all the way out to the first baseman and she hit it off her leg. That was a hard pop there. So 0-1 the count now to Paige Parker. Parker puts a pop into one. That's going to go in between center field and left. This is going to be the first run of the game. Is coming across to score is Kayla Harrell. And an RBI single for Paige Parker, and we've got a 1-0 ball game. See it there, just kind of went into no man's land. So 2 hits and a run so far in the top of the third inning for Truman. And Truman is probably going to bring in a courtesy runner here. Oh, Paige limps off there, and they do bring in the courtesy runner. It's Bridget McCauley, a 5'7" senior. She checks in and takes over at first base. Now standing at the plate is Brooke Van Cannon. She struck out in the first inning. So runners at the corners, 2 out, and it's a 1-run ball game, 1-0. Truman with the lead here in the Class 4 championship game. Abby Clanton trying to get out of the inning here. That pitch fired. And the runner's going to second. Clanton doesn't make the throw. Surprising that no one tried to make the play there, but with the runner at third, maybe they thought better of it. So the runner advances to second. So runners at second and third now. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. To Van Cannon, swing and a miss, strike 2. Clanton could really use a strikeout here and get out of the inning. Only down 1-0. Clanton struck her out before. She strikes her out again. The 3rd strikeout of the day. The 2nd strikeout of Van Cannon. And the Ozark Lady Tigers get out of the inning a lot better off than what you might imagine. Only 1 run across for Truman, but they lead this championship game 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. I want to remind you guys that Photoglyph is the official photographer of the MSHSAA Championships. You can order your official team photos, candid shots, and souvenirs by completing the order form in today's program or visit them online at photoglyph.com. They've had a lot of photographers out here and have gotten pictures all day long. I wouldn't be surprised if you aren't in one of them. So Parker still limping around a little bit after she fouled that one off her shin. She comes back to the mound. Not tossing real hard here. could be a real game changer if she can't continue to go. Looks like she's going to stay in. Here comes her catcher in. Ozark Lady Tigers should have Dexter, Clanton, and O'Brien coming up here in their half of the third. So number 7, Samantha Dexter, the left fielder for the Ozark Lady Tigers, comes in. Dexter batted .350, had 4 home runs this year. She can hit for power. A home run to tie this one up 1-1. As it stands now, Truman has the 1-0 lead. That pitch, outside, ball 1. Ozark in their white and red uniforms. The Truman Patriots, and what else? Red, white, and blue. There's a swing and a miss. Evens up the count now. 1-1 to Samantha Dexter. Paige Parker already has struck out 4 of the 6 batters she's faced. Today for Truman, here's a pop-up. Going back is the second baseman, and she's got it. There's one away now for the Truman Patriots. Second baseman Emily Davis sliding underneath that pop-up and getting it for the out. Ozark has yet to get a hit in this game, yet to have a base runner for that matter. Strike called on the swing that time by Abby Clanton, and the pitcher now steps into the batter's box to take on Paige Parker. Parker, the left-hander, rocks and fires. That one, a called strike now. Clanton down in the count 0-2. Clanton with the bat up off her shoulder now. She stands ready. Paige Parker throws one outside, wastes a pitch, a ball, 1-2 the count with 1 out. 1 away here in the bottom of the third in Springfield. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's another strikeout for Paige Parker. That's strikeout number 5. She is dealing as she dispatches with her counterpart, the pitcher for Ozark, Abby Clanton, now faces off against Ashley O'Brien. If you can get O'Brien out here, she'll have faced the minimum through 3 with 5 strikeouts so far and a couple of pop-ups. So 1-0 the count now to Ashley O'Brien, the second baseman for Ozark. The left-hander rocks and fires. That one knocked down by the catcher, but outside, so 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out here for Ozark. Ashley O'Brien, the senior, swings and misses, and that's the first strike. As the count goes to 2-1. If O'Brien can get on, they'll get back around to the top of the order, and Haley Vino. Vino grounded up her last time up. There's a swing and a miss, and it evens the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of 3. Truman taking care of the 1-run advantage now. They have the lead 1-0. Parker delivers. It's fouled off back into the net by O'Brien. She stays alive with the count 2-2. So Paige Parker still dealing. She had that foul off of her leg, but it doesn't look like it's affected her ability to pitch. That shot out into no man's land in front of the center fielder, and Ozark has their first base runner of the day. The first run, or the first hit for Ashley O'Brien. That one just goes right in between shortstop and center field, right in the gap there, and Truman unable to make a play on it. So the runner now at first base is O'Brien, and that brings us back around to the top of the order, and Haley Vino, the center fielder. Vino grounded out her last at bat. She swings and misses. Parker gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Paige Parker seems to be favoring that leg, but it doesn't seem to be affecting her ability to pitch. There's a pop-up on a bunt, a dive for it. Did she make the catch? No. A nice dive by Cohen, the Truman catcher, but she was unable to bring it in. So the count 0-2 now to Vino. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, a runner at first base, and that's Ashley O'Brien. The Lady Tigers trailing this one 1-0. That pitch on the inside is a called strike. Vino tried to back out of the way of it, and she got rung up. The 6th strike of the day for Paige Parker. And through 3, the Truman Patriots lead this Class 4 state championship game 1-0. So back to the circle for the Ozark Lady Tigers will be their senior, Abby Clanton. She'll face off against Tori Zurich, Tashina Bradley, and Emily Davis here in the top of the 4th. Clanton finishes her warm-up here. We'll get back to play in the final of 4 games that we've brought you today on MSHSAA.TV, the Class 4 state championship game, Ozark and Truman. The lights are on here, I believe, for the first time today, as the games are running along here in Springfield. We'll get back to it. Victoria Zurich, the 3rd baseman for Truman, ready to go against Abby Clanton. Clanton toes the rubber and in steps Zurich. Zurich grounded out back to the pitcher's circle in her first plate appearance. There's a pitch and a strike. So 0-1 the count now to Zurich. That one kind of one hops in, so it's a ball and a strike now. The count 1-1. Zurich steps back in now, sets her feet, holds the bat straight up and down, looks to swing and thinks better of it. That ball low. The count now 2-1. Clanton reaches back, knocks the dirt around the pitcher's circle, looks in for her signs. She sets and delivers that one high and outside. 3 balls and a strike now to the leadoff hitter in the top of the 4th, Victoria Zurich. Zurich stretching her out now. Ready. That one fouled off. Back into the net, and the count now full at 3-2. Clanton having to use a lot of pitches here in the early going of this Class 4 championship game against the Patriots from Truman. She's ready and delivers. That one now fouled off and up into the grandstands here at the Killian softball complex. Nice grab. Going to throw that one back in as well. Might be more dangerous throwing it back in than it was when it came in off the field to play. Here's Clanton now, the 3-2. Another pitch fouled off and back of the net by Zurich. Zurich fighting Clanton tooth and nail here on this at bat. She goes through her warm-up again. Steps back in and holds the bat high. Clanton now, the right-hander, rocks and fires. That one fouled off yet again. A nice duel going on between Clanton and Zurich. Told you, Truman coached by Amy Temple. This is their first championship appearance. Temple with over 50 wins as the head coach. And Truman riding a 4-game win streak into this championship round today. There's a hit down and past the shortstop, out into left field, and it's a base knock for Zurich. Zurich with her first hit of the game. The third hit on the afternoon for Truman. So Clanton gives up the leadoff hit. Runner at first now, nobody out, and stepping into the box is Tashina Bradley. Bradley, the DP. Grounded out to second her first time up. There's a pitch on the inside for a ball. Truman notched 30 wins this year against 3 losses. Showing bunt that time was Bradley, quickly back to first base, and safe is Zurich. There are 3 losses coming at the hands of Lee Summit West. That came 3-2 in 15 innings. The other loss, a 2-0 loss to Blue Springs and a 2-1 loss to Blue Springs South. So this Truman team was never out of it this year. The only time they lost, a 2-0, a 2-1, and a 15-inning affair. They have the early lead here, 1-0 over Ozark. 3 balls, no strikes to Bradley. The DP looking to bunt again, and that one outside, and she walks her. The third walk issued today by Abby Clanton, and there's now runners on first and second and nobody out, and time is called. The Lady Tigers and their head coach, Yancey Little, are going to get together inside the pitcher circle. Little out there to try and calm down his charges, but a situation brewing here as they're already down a run 1-0. And now they've got runners on first and second and nobody out after the leadoff single by Victoria Zurich, the third baseman. And then Abby Clanton issues the walk to Bradley, the DP. So first and second, nobody out. Coming to the plate now, the second baseman, Emily Davis. Davis popped out to the center fielder in her first at bat back in the second inning. This partisan Ozark crowd here, a lot of Lady Tiger fans in the house today due to the proximity to Springfield, trying to make some noise and get behind the Lady Tigers. But a chance to quiet the crowd comes to the plate in the form of Emily Davis. Davis steps in batting .413, had 17 RBIs during the regular season. Could have a big RBI chance here. There's the bunt. She lays it down, advances the runner. She's out at first. Clanton fields her position, throws her out at first, but she does exactly what she needed to and advances the runners into scoring position. So now runners at second and third. Zurich at first. Bradley at second, only 1 out. And here comes Kayla Harold, the right fielder. Inside pitch, gets away from the catcher. The run's coming home, and it scores. It's a 2-0 ball game as Truman gets in another run on a wild pitch. The second run scored when Clanton, who has been wild at times in this championship game, a couple of balls thrown high early on. This one low and inside, and it gets away from him. So now a runner at third. The count's 1-0 to Harrell. Harrell stands tall in the batter's box. She swings and misses and evens the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of 4. The runner at third is Tashina Bradley, the designated player. They've got 1 across this inning. Can they get 2? There's a swing and a foul off, and that one runs up the net and sits back down. So Kayla Harrell, the right fielder, steps back in. She batted .327 this season with 12 RBIs. Harrell with the bat on her shoulder. She lifts it up now. Waits for the offering from Clanton. That one runs in. Call 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here and a runner at third. Coach Amy Temples barks out the commands to her hitter, Harrell. Harrell now ready. Abby Clanton now. Got out of the third inning with only giving up 1 run, but now in danger of giving up more than that. Quickly, though, a nice strikeout for her. 2 away. Now the runner still at third. The third strikeout of the day for Clanton. Fourth, pardon me. 4 strikeouts on the day for the senior. Now stepping up is Kelsey Broyles, the first baseman. Broyles swings and misses on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. The runner still at third is Bradley. Broyles crowds the plate. This pitch fought off, fouled. Catcher unable to make a play on it. Quickly off with the mask that time, but unable to make the grab was Cassidy Riley, the junior. Riley thought she might be able to make a play on it, but couldn't quite get there. So, quickly up in the count now, 0-2 is Clanton, trying to get out of the inning with only the 1 run scoring. We have seen some unlikely comebacks today, so lots of softball left to play here. Not going to count the Ozark Lady Tigers out just yet. The count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming back now to number 10, Kelsey Broyles. Broyles swings and misses a big-time strikeout. 2 straight strikeouts to get out of the 1 run inning. Abby Clanton and the Ozark Lady Tigers getting ready to come back to the plate, trailing in this one to Truman, 2-0. All of us here at the Missouri State High School Activities Association want to give a special thanks to our friends at Touchtone Energy Cooperatives of Missouri and Farmers Insurance for their roles in presenting MSHSAA Championship events. Be sure to support these important partners who make students' education and citizenship a priority. So, Truman and Ozark. Truman with the 2-0 lead as you get a good look at Yancey Little, the head coach for Ozark. As he communicates with his team, and we are about ready to go here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Leading it off for the Lady Tigers will be the shortstop, number 2, Casey Dexter. And Paige Parker continues to limp on that leg that she fouled off in her first plate appearance. So far, that is yet to become an issue. In on the corners this time is the Truman defense. As players at first and third are in close here. Swing and a miss on the strike to Casey Dexter. Dexter struck out in her first at bat. 6 strikeouts on the day for Paige Parker. Paige Parker, a junior. This bodes well for Truman Patriots fans if you're going to see her again next year. So 1-1 the count. Now a ball and a strike to Casey Dexter. She leads us off in the Ozark Lady Tigers half of the 4th. The pitch, the bunt laid down. Parker tries to play it. She does. The throw, not in time. Dexter's safe at first. The Ozark Lady Tiger fans come to their feet as they've got a base runner. As you see here, the ball laid down. The pitcher and the first baseman kind of fight over it. The throw is there, and it was close. It was a bang-bang play. Tie goes the runner, and Ozark has their second hit of the day. So now a runner at first for Bailey Elliott, the DP. Elliott struck out in the first inning. Parker, the lefty, throws it. That ball deadened at home plate. Thrown over to first, and there's the out. Wow, that ball on the bunt just died right in front of home plate. But the sac bunt does move the runner over. Bailey Elliott gets Casey Dexter to second. And the Ozark Lady Tigers move the runner into scoring position. So 1 out, 1 on second base for Brooke Kroger, the first baseman. Kroger digs in, close to the plate. The pitch popped up on the infield to the second baseman, and she's got it. And there's 2 away now as Kroger popped up to second base. So it comes down to Brittany Nemo, the third baseman. Can she get a run home for the Ozark Lady Tigers, who trail in this matchup 2-0. The pitch. Outside for a ball. Paige Parker continuing to work here for Truman. Runner on second is Casey Dexter. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch inside now, the count 2-0. The Ozark fans here in Springfield starting to make some noise. Nimmo batted .458 during the regular season. Does she get one here? The throw, it's in time, and Truman gets out of harm's way. They're able to avoid the leadoff hit by Ozark, and we go to the 5th inning with Truman leading this one 2-0 here in the Class 4 state championship game. Another look at it there, a close play at first base, but the Truman Patriots get out of the inning with their 2-0 lead. 2 hits on the day so far for the Ozark Lady Tigers. 3 hits so far for Truman. And they're throwing T-shirts in the crowd. Everybody's up dancing here at the Killian Softball Complex. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. It was scoreless through 1 and through 2. Then Truman got 1 run in the 3rd and 1 run in the 4th. Ozark has been unable to answer. And Truman has in control here, 2-0 in our final game of the day here in Springfield. Leading off the Truman half of the inning should be number 2, the catcher, Maya Cohn. I think the sun has finally gone down far enough today I can take my sunglasses off. That's the first time I've been able to do that today. The lights are on here at Killian as your nightcap is underway. We've just got a couple more to go here in Springfield. So coming to the plate is Maya Cohn. She drew a leadoff walk in the 1st, then got a single back in the 3rd. This her 3rd plate appearance. She steps in against the senior Clanton. Clanton delivers that one outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out here as we're just getting started in the top of the 5th. Clanton now winds and fires. That one belted out to left field, and it's going to be extra bases for Cohen. She rounds first and heads to second, and she's in for a stand-up double. Cohen got all over that one, drove it out into left field. Unable to make a play on it was Ozark, and Cohen now standing at second base. A runner in scoring position for Truman, and nobody out here as Sarah Jeffries comes up, the left fielder. Clanton now delivers the bunt. Abby fields it, throws to first, she's out, but the runner advances to 3rd. So another effective bunt by Truman as they continue to try to move the runner over, and they have 1 out here, and watch again. Bunt just straight back to the pitcher. Clanton fields it and gets the out, but they're able to move Cohen over to 3rd now. So she's on 3rd, and standing at the plate is Paige Parker. Now Parker dinged herself her last time up when she fouled one off, but she's not hurt. She rips it to right. That's an RBI single as Paige Parker hobbles into first. She brings home Cohen, and it's 3-0 Truman. How about that? A big-time RBI single by the pitcher, Paige Parker. Now she'll be lifted for a courtesy runner. She blasted that one between the gap in first and second all the way out to right field on 1 hop. They'll bring in a courtesy runner for Parker now. Abby Clanton will have to go back to work. A runner at first now. Only 1 out. And Brooke Van Cannon, the shortstop, watches a ball roll in. 1-0 the count. Back out as a courtesy runner is number 7, Bridget McCauley, the junior, for the Patriots. So 1 run in 3 straight innings. The 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. Can they get more? That one's popped out. The throw back to first, not in time. A chance for a double play there for Abby Clanton, and they're unable to convert it. As Von Cannon pops out to the pitcher. The throw back over to first, not in time, though, so the runner stays at first. And up to the plate now will be Victoria Zurich. She grounded out in the 2nd inning and got a single in the 4th. So runner at first, and here's the first pitch inside. Ball 1 to Zurich. Temperature starting to drop here. The wind blowing in from center field as it has most of the day. Clanton now sets, fires. That one a strike right through the middle of the plate. The count now 1-1. The courtesy runner, McCauley, stands at first. She's in for Paige Parker, who just drove in her first RBI of the day, or pardon me, her second RBI of the day. Parker's accounted for 2 of the 3 Truman runs. That one fouled off. The count now 1-2. Clanton trying to get out of this inning as she has the last 2, only giving up a run here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at first, Truman now with it. They wait. There's the pitch, and another one's fouled off back into the net. Tori Zurich, the third baseman, fouls it off. Zurich digs back in. She belts one out into left field. It's going to get down, and it's going to be extra bases. Coming around second into third, it looks like they're going to wave her home, and it's another run here in the top of the 5th for the Truman Patriots. An RBI double for Victoria Zurich. The second run of the inning. And the third hit as that one goes all the way to the wall, and it's now a 4-0 advantage for the Truman Patriots. It looks like Yancey Little wants to have a conversation with our home plate umpire, Leon Watson. So might have a switch here coming, and we mentioned earlier, could be a chance that we might see Brittany Nimmo if Clanton struggled. Nimmo has stepped off of her position at third base, and I would bet you dollars to donuts we might be getting a different glove here, but looks like the change is to bring 16 Bailey Elliott. Bailey Elliott, the designated player, has now moved to third base. I would bet you Nimmo is warming up to pitch here. So here's the offering from Clanton. There's another pitch fouled off. So 0-1 the count now to number 11, the DP, to Sheena Bradley. Bradley walked in her last at bat, grounded out to the second baseman back in the second inning. So a 3-run inning so far. That one popped up and out to center field. Is anybody going to have it? The shortstop floats back and grabs it. Casey Dexter, the junior, makes a play on it. The Lady Tigers give up 2 runs, and Truman now in control with a 4-run lead. It's the Class 4 state championship final here in Springfield, and the Truman Patriots lead the Ozark Lady Tigers 4-0. So a 4-run lead now for the Truman Patriots. And apparently we're not quite done warming up yet. It's coming back to the plate is Bailey Click, the right fielder for the Ozark Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers 27 wins and 6 losses on the season with head coach Yancey Little. They're down in a 4-0 hole. Here is a swing and a miss by Click. She struck out looking back in the second inning. We're here in the bottom of the 5th now. That pitch inside and gets away from the Truman catcher, Maya Cohn. Paige Parker still dealing. 6 strikeouts on the day for the junior pitcher, the left-hander from Independence, Missouri. She rocks and fires another swing and a miss. She gets up in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. To the leadoff batter here. Click. Click waits on the pitch. That one on the outside corner, a ball. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 now. Parker delivers. Swing and a miss and another strikeout for Paige Parker. She struck out Bailey Clark both times she's come to the plate now. The 7th K of the day for Paige Parker. There's a swing and a miss now for Samantha Dexter, the left fielder. The fastball has been impressive for Parker. Not only does she throw it for speed, but she's locating it well today. Second pitch on the way, that one in the dirt outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of 5. The sun going down here in Springfield on a long day of softball. That pitch low again, so 2 balls and a strike now. To Samantha Dexter, she popped out to the second baseman back in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up again. Don't know if that one will be in play or not. It's going to land on the concourse. Said it once and I'll say it again today. When you come to softball, better have your head on a swivel. Can't just be standing around not looking. Might get one of those yellow balls upside the head. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Parker delivers again and fans Samantha Dexter, her 2nd straight strikeout. The Ozark Lady Tigers are struggling here against the junior. Yancey Little's going to come out, talk to his hitter. Looks like he's got Taylor No, number 14, coming up to hit now, a 5'7" junior. Can only imagine that Yancey's pinch hitting here. Going to let No take a few hacks here, and then we might see Nimmo in the bottom half of the inning. So, Taylor No, the junior, about 423 on the season, a good hitter. She steps in for her first at bat of the day. A swing and a miss. And the left-handed Parker just continues to mow down Lady Tigers. She continues to limp around a little bit, but it hasn't slowed her down in the pitching circle. There, a high fastball. Taylor No chased that one upstairs, now down in the count 0-2. So here comes a big pitch. 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of 5, and that's another K. Paige Parker strikes out the side. Click, Dexter, and No. 3 up and 3 down. The Truman Patriots in control of this Class 4 final. They lead it 4-0 over Ozark. So Abby Clanton now gives way to Brittany Nimmo. Nimmo, the sophomore, 5'9" right-hander. Had a record during the regular season of 11 wins against 3 losses, over 80 innings pitched, and an ERA just south of 2. Almost 100 strikeouts for the sophomore, and she is going to be brought in a big spot here. Nimmo into the circle, down 4 runs to nothing. She'll be facing Emily Davis, Kayla Harrell, and Kelsey Broyles here in the top of the 6th inning. So Nimmo's first pitch, a strike right through the heart of the plate, and it's an 0-1 count. Nimmo sets and fires again. That one swung on, another strike, so quickly the sophomore gets ahead in the count 0-2 to Emily Davis, the second baseman. Davis popped out in her first plate appearance and then grounded out back in the 4th inning. There's one fouled off back into the net. Davis stays alive, fouling that pitch off. Still down in the count, 0-2, facing Brittany Nimmo. Nimmo, the right-hander, lobs one outside. It's a ball. So 1-2 the count to Davis. Standing in the on-deck circle, number 15, the right fielder, Kayla Harrell. Another foul backing into the net here. Davis keeps hacking away here. The count stays at 1-2. I think everybody that showed up in shorts and T-shirts for this game kind of hoping it gets over a little bit quickly as the sun's dropping in Springfield, and so is the temperature. That one fouled off, backing out of play down the left field line. So Nimmo gets the ball back, still battling with Emily Davis. Here's the pitch. That one slapped down the first base line, gloved and the out. There for Ozark, Brooke Kroger, the junior, with the out at first base. So Emily Davis lines out to the first baseman. That'll bring Kayla Harrell up to the plate. She walked and struck out in her 2 previous plate appearances. There's a ball outside for Nimmo to start off Harrell here. So 1-0 the count, 1 out, nobody on here in the Truman half of the 6th. That pitch right over the plate for a strike. Harrell, the right fielder, steps in. Bat on her shoulder. She lifts it up ready. Fouls another one off there into the net. The crowd kind of reacts. It's always funny when the get fouled off there into the net. You know the net's there. You know it's not going to hit you, and yet you flinch every time. Count now 1-2 in favor of Nimmo. The sophomore in relief for Abby Clanton. Here's the pitch. Low that time for a ball. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a pitch. Very close, but it'll be a full count. 3 balls. 2 strikes for Nimmo as she faces Kayla Harrell. Here's the pitch. Swatted toward the second baseman over her head. That'll be a base hit, the first of the day for Kayla Harrell. Seventh hit on the day for Truman. 4 runs on 7 hits. Now coming to the plate, number 10, Kelsey Broyles, the first baseman. She struck out back in the fourth inning in her last at bat. Nemo now rocks and fires. There's the bunt. It drops down in front of first base. Nemo throws to first. There's the out. Advances the runner to second, though. Nice piece of bunting that time by Kelsey Broyles. We'll loop back around to Maya Cohen, the catcher. Leadoff hitter for the Truman Patriots. So 2 outs, a runner on second base now. Sophomore Nemo seeing her first action in the pitcher's circle in this championship game. It's a nice pitch that time, a bit high. So 1 ball and no strikes. Maya Cohen has been on base in all 3 of her previous at-bats. She walked, she got a single, and then a double, and she does it again here. The run coming home. Is there going to be a play at the plate? No, she's safe. Cohen with her second double of the day. An RBI brings the runner home. Now it's 5-0 Truman. Watch as it gets past the third baseman, out into left field. A good throw to get it back in. But the run scores, and it's a 5-0 Truman lead. Nemo gives up the run. The runner at second now is Cohen. She leaves. That one knocked foul that time by the Truman left fielder. Truman extending their lead. They got a run in the third, a run in the fourth, 2 runs in the fifth, and now they've plated another one here in the 6th inning of this Class 4 championship game against the Lady Tigers of Ozark. That pitch on the corner for a called strike now, 0-2 to Jeffries. 2 outs, a runner on second base, and Nemo trying to get out of the inning here for Ozark. There, fouls one back again to stay alive. Number of changes we'll try and catch you up on in the Ozark lineup as they take to the plate in their bottom half of the inning. Coach Yancey Little made a few changes. That pitch high and outside. The runner Cohen has to come back to second. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Make it 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Ozark trying to get out of the inning. The infield and outfield straight away. Another foul back to the backstop. Jeffrey stays alive here. She struck out back in the 3rd inning. Had a sac bunt in the 1st and the 5th. Nemo fires. Outside corner. That's another ball. So the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at second base for Truman. They've already plated 1 run in this inning. Can they get another one home? Here's the payoff pitch from the sophomore. That one batted foul. Pulled down the third base line, foul. We'll reset and do it all over again. Nemo rocks, fires, another foul back to the net. Full count still between Nemo and Jeffries. The runner on second base. Ozark trying to get out of the inning against Truman. That one's popped up on the infield. It's not going to be able to be played. It's thrown past the first baseman, and here comes another run for Truman. A throwing error at first base. They're going to award second base to Jeffries. And another run crosses the plate for the Truman Patriots. So a 2-run inning here again for Truman, and now coming to the plate is Paige Parker. Paige Parker has been incredible in the pitcher's circle and has knotted a couple of RBIs at the plate. She has done everything today for the Patriots. She now tries to add to their already 6-run lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Nimmo, the first time to face Parker. She gets her sign and delivers. That one pitched inside. Parker fights it off and now trails in the count 0-2. Coach Amy Temple's down behind third base, letting her runner at second know what's coming here. 0-2 the count, 2 out. The runner at second base, and Nimmo puts it high for a ball. So a long 6th inning here for the Ozark Lady Tigers. They try to bring it to a close, facing a tough hitter, though, in Paige Parker, and she calls time. Parker steps out of the box and wants a reset here. See the runner at second base. Here's the pitch. Thrown high that time. Another ball. So Paige Parker now at the plate. Nimmo fires again. That one outside, and the count is full. 3-2 with 2 outs now to Parker. It's already 6-0 Patriots, but can they get one more run home here with the runner in scoring position? There's one popped out into left field, and it gets down. Jeffries comes in to score. Parker on her horse to second, and she'll stop there. Paige Parker, another RBI. An RBI double for a young woman who's playing on a bad wheel. And here we go. Here's the courtesy runner, Bridget McCauley, and the press box here is kind of shaking now. As everybody came to their feet as the run scored. Now stepping up to the plate for Truman, number 3, Brooke Van Cannon, the shortstop. She popped out to the pitcher the last time. That pitch in for a strike now against Van Cannon. Nimmo's had a lot of work to do here in the top of the 6th. It's been a 3-run inning for the Truman Patriots. That one swung at and fouled off, and the count quickly 0-2. 2 outs and a runner at second for the Patriots. Ozark trying to get to the bottom half of this inning and get back to work. They're now down 7-0. Here's the pitch, swung on back to Nimmo. She'll fire to first for the out, and finally the top of the 6th inning comes to an end. But not before the Truman Patriots put a stranglehold on this Class 4 championship game. With 3 runs in the top half of the inning, they now lead this one 7-0 against the Ozark Lady Tigers. Fans, don't forget that teaching our students to be better citizens is the goal of all high school sports and activities. The Missouri State High School Activities Association reminds everyone that everybody who participates is a winner, and being here this weekend makes your team the envy of other softball programs around the state. Do your part. Give respect and get respect by being good sports and showing respect during tonight's game. Well, the sun is slowly falling out of the sky here, and we are in the middle of our final game of 4. A quadruple header is slowly coming to a close today here in Springfield, and the Truman Patriots are in control of this one 7-0. Yancey Little's Ozark Lady Tigers now coming to the plate in their half of the 6th. They've managed a couple of hits so far, but for the most part, Paige Parker, the pitcher for Truman, has been in control. There's a shot slapped fair over third base, and a hit now for the Ozark Lady Tigers to lead things off here. Ozark crowd comes to their feet. And that hit by number 10 for Ozark was Emily Stringer. So Emily Stringer with the hit now. Haley Vino comes to the plate. Number 1, Haley Vino, the center fielder at the plate. First hit for Ozark since the 4th inning. Vino tries to bunt. She shoots it down the third baseline. Here comes the throw to first. In time. Vino can't believe it. Vino thought she beat it out. She has to go back to the dugout, but does advance the runner to second. So Ozark has a runner in scoring position now. So Paige Parker back to work. She steps on the rubber, facing Casey Dexter. Dexter, the right-hander now. Swings and misses. 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th. Dexter, the shortstop, had a single in her last at-bat. Struck out in the 1st inning. 8 strikeouts for Parker, and that one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the Ozark half of the 6th. Dexter back into the box to face Parker, the left-hander. Throws, that one outside again. 2-1 the count now. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second base for the Lady Tigers. There's a swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 2-2. Swinging that time was Dexter. She struck out back in the 1st inning. Casey steps back in. Parker now rocks, fires. Here's the pitch, popped up high over the press box and out of play. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Standing on second base is Emily Stringer, the 5'6" junior. Here comes the pitch from Parker. That ball shot back up to the second baseman. The throw to first in time, and the out's recorded. But not before Stringer makes it to third. So a runner at third now for the Ozark Lady Tigers, but they're down to their last out here in the bottom of the 6th. And it looks like another change here for Coach Yancey Little, who, like Tony LaRussa, is keeping everybody here in the press box on their toes. Making some moves, and it looks like now into the game is going to be Micah Hayward, a sophomore. So Micah Hayward into bat for Bailey Elliott, the DP. Hayward, as we said, a sophomore, her first action of the night. That pitch outside for a ball. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1 called. Paige Parker has been impressive today. As now today turns into tonight. The runner at third base. Here comes the pitch. A swing and a miss for Hayward. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, and the runner still at third is Stringer. Parker sets and delivers with the left hand, and she guns her down. Another strikeout for Paige Parker, and we're through 6. We head to the top of the 7th inning in the Class 4 state championship game. The Truman Patriots in control of this one, 7-0. The crowd on their feet here at the Cooper Softball Complex in Springfield, Missouri. A picturesque day has turned into a perfect night here. And what a great weekend of softball Friday and Saturday here in Springfield. All the semifinals yesterday. Here using almost all of the 6 fields they have here at the Killian Softball Complex. Today the championship right here on the big field, number 1. And it's all drawing to a close as we reach the top of the final inning, the top of the 7th. The Ozark Lady Tigers trail the Truman Patriots in this one 7-0. And it looks like we may have a change to the Truman lineup already. Checking in the ball game to bat for the Truman Patriots is going to be number 7, Bridget McCauley. We've seen her used a couple of times tonight as a courtesy runner for Paige Parker. So here's the first pitch from Nimmo. In for a called strike against McCauley. McCauley, a right-hander, batted .229 over the course of the season with 10 RBIs. She steps back in and is ready. Nimmo fires with the right hand. There's one slap to the shortstop. She can't feel it. The throw to first is safe. Bridget McCauley legs out a single. A great job by Brooke Kroger to reach out and try to make the play. She caught it, but not before the runner had already gotten there. So now coming to the plate, the DP, to Sheena Bradley. Bradley swings and misses. The throw back to first. Almost got her. Quick lead off that time by Bridget McCauley, and she almost got thrown out by the Lady Tigers catcher. So nobody out, a runner at first now for Truman. The count 0-1. Nimmo throws a bit of a wild pitch. It's chased down by her catcher. That's 18, Lauren Chambers, a freshman. There's another foul tip, so the count now 1-2. So Truman with the runner on and nobody out here. Bradley, though, behind in the count 1-2. She pops one toward first base, and then it'll be foul. Tashina Bradley steps back in to face Nimmo. There's the hit. Up to the second baseman. She's got it. Underhand throws it to first, and there's the first out of the inning. So Bradley out 4-3 from second to first, but they advance the runner to second base. That's Bridget McCauley. McCauley stands at second. Now it's Emily Davis. Davis, the second baseman, stands in. She's 0-for-3 on the night. Popped out twice and grounded out to the pitcher's circle once. She's behind in the count now, 0-1 to Nimmo. She rocks and fires that one over the pitcher's circle. The throw to first. In time they get her. The Lady Tigers get a second out here. Once again, though, moving the runner over. And McCauley now has made the rounds from first to second to third. So she stands on third. As we'll have a new hitter for Truman. Coming into play now is Ivy Razy, a 5'10" senior. No, pardon me. Be Emily Van Comperol, junior, 5'8" for the Truman Patriots. So she'll be coming in now to pinch hit. Emily batted .368 this season with 13 RBIs and 14 hits. She only made 38 at-bats. She stares at a first pitch, a ball from Nimmo. So the runner at third, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Ozark Lady Tigers behind 7-0 and a big cut that time finds nothing. The count now 1-1. Brittany Nimmo, the sophomore, back at it. That one shot back up to the shortstop. She can't handle it. The throw is in time. A great play that time by the shortstop to knock it down, keep her composure, and be able to make the throw. So we're through the top half of the seventh, and the Truman Patriots lead this one 7-0. And it all comes down to this as we come back to the Killian Softball Complex in Springfield, Missouri. Truman and Ozark. The Truman Patriots ahead 7-0. Ozark down to their final 3 outs. Here's Paige Parker, and she continues to be impressive. A strike called that time on Brooke Kroger. She swings and misses. Kroger popped up in the second and popped up in the fourth. Everyone has struggled against Paige Parker today for Ozark. There's a pop-up high into the night sky here in Springfield under the crescent moon, and back for it, it's dropped by the second baseman. That play high up and into the sky, they waited on it. Kroger able to make it safely to first base. Emily Davis that time not able to bring it in. And Ozark trying to get something started here down 7. You see Kroger put a charge into it. And Davis unable to make the play. Brittany Nimmo now to the plate for Ozark. She came in to pitch for Abby Clanton. Here's a pitch outside and in the dirt now for Parker. The count 1-1. So a runner at first base for Ozark. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Told you at the top of our show, one of these two teams was going to win their first ever state championship. Nimmo fights off another one. Down in the count 1-2 as she fouls that one back into the net. Ozark making their second appearance, but they've never won the title. This the first championship appearance for the Truman Patriots. Can they close the book on the Ozark Lady Tigers? That ball out into foul territory, and they don't make the grab. Off the glove of the right fielder, and they'll have to come back and do it all over again. Nimmo comes back. Standing in the on-deck circle for Ozark is number 4, Haley Chambers. Be the first time we've seen her tonight. So Kroger at first. Here's Nimmo. She watches a ball go by high. So 10 strikeouts for Paige Parker. That ball knocked down by Davis, but she can't make a play on it. Emily Davis with 2 knockdowns, but unable to get a stop here. And now Ozark has got something going. They've got runners on first and second after back-to-back hits here by Kroger and Nimmo. And you see again Davis can't get a glove on it. It gets past her. The runners are safely aboard first and second. Coming to the plate now is the pitch. A swing and a miss now for Haley Chambers. Chambers, a 5'3" senior. Batted .354 this season. This is the first time we've seen her tonight. Runners at first, at second. Count 0-1. Here's Paige Parker, swing and a miss for Chambers. She's down 0-2. Can Parker get her 11th strikeout of the night against Chambers? She brings the bat up and ready. There's the swing and a miss and another K for Parker. Number 11. And now their Ozark Lady Tigers are down to their final 2 outs. Back to the box. It's number 7, Decker. Dexter swings and misses. And Paige Parker just throwing hard here. The count 0-1. That one a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Ozark trying to rally, down 7-0. There's a swing and a miss for another strike for Parker. What a weapon Paige Parker is for this Truman Patriot team. A junior. Everybody will have a chance to see her again next year, and I bet there isn't anybody that's going to put her on their Christmas card list. Parker now runs the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. There's a ball shot foul down the third base line. Still fighting is Samantha Dexter, the left fielder for the Ozark Lady Tigers. Ball comes back into Paige Parker. Parker now sets, fires, the left-hander, strikes her out. The second strikeout of this inning for Parker. After the first 2 batters got on, Paige Parker has slammed the door shut. She struck out the last 2 Lady Tiger batters. Yancey Little comes back out again, making one more move here as they're down to their final out. Fans coming to their feet here in the Killian softball complex. It'll be number 13, a freshman, Brittany White. A freshman getting into this final out of the state championship game here in Class 4. White batted .364, but she only had 11 at-bats this year. Can she find a way to beat the powerhouse pitcher and get on here? Runners at first, at second. 2 balls, no strikes to Brittany White. Paige Parker sets and fires again. This one a strike swinging. Parker comes back with the fastball to make it 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Here's Parker again, a swing and a miss as she delivers it home. Now the Ozark Lady Tigers are down to their last strike with the freshman Brittany White standing at the plate. Paige Parker has been nothing short of spectacular. Can she finish it off here? And she does! Paige Parker stands in the middle of the pitcher's circle, a state champion, along with the rest of her Truman Patriot team. A 13 strikeout performance for Paige Parker, and the Truman Patriots have claimed their first ever softball state championship here in Class 4. It's also the first championship win for their coach, Amy Temples. They rode a 4-game winning streak into tonight, their first ever championship appearance, and the Truman Patriots will end the season with 31 victories and 3 losses, none bigger than the final tonight here at the Killian Softball Complex. They win the Class 4 championship for softball 7-0 over the Ozark Lady Tigers. It has been a great day of softball here in Springfield, and we want to thank all of you who joined us here on MSHSAA.TV. I am Corey Riggs. For Dan McCaffrey and our entire Niles Media crew, thank you so much for joining us, and we say good night to you from Springfield.